Evening, everyone. Nope, it's not on yet. We'll try it again. Is it on? Testing. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. We are really looking forward to celebrating our 50th anniversary with you. My name is Jackie Willie. I am currently the treasurer of the American Suzuki Foundation. And the foundation began 50 years ago. I think Pat is going to give you more of that history. But in order to support the American Suzuki programs here in Stevens Point. So we are here to support whatever the Aber Suzuki Center programs are. We're here to support new ideas that they might like to try. And we're here so that more children, all children, can afford to come and learn an instrument, because we believe that is so important. It's learning another language, and it expands your horizons to be able to meet other people, to perform in public. My God, to get up on top of stage and talk to people. But it becomes such an integral part of your life, and it's an integral part of the family's life. It's not just drop off your kid for a lesson and then come pick them up. You're there with them, learning with them, and then teaching them yourself at home and demonstrating how to learn things. I wasn't a Suzuki student as a child. I am a current Suzuki student. And yes, I love taking my lessons, and it's just something I love to do. I have never been without my violin. It's just part of me. So it is something that my parents were able to give me as a child, not through the Suzuki program, but through music programs in the public schools. I have gone on to insist and encourage my children to take music lessons, to learn an instrument, and now I am a Suzuki grandma, officially. And we have 4, I think, that are in the Suzuki program now. Over the years, your contributions, your generosity has helped us to help the Aber Center. We have purchased grand pianos for them. We have helped teachers to go on and take continuing education, to go to conferences and learn from other teachers in other parts of the country or even parts of the world. We support the Suzuki Institute here in Stevens Point every year. We give teachers coming to this institute to learn how to teach, we give them scholarships so that they can afford to come. And that just spreads it farther and farther across the world, and we're very happy that we can do that. Now, I've told you some of my experiences, but I would like you to have a chance to listen to some of our alumni and current students, and we've prepared a video for you. Enjoy.
It's not an exaggeration to say I wouldn't be who I am without Suzuki.
Suzuki very heavily played a role in helping me become the outgoing person that I am today.
They have such an important role in shaping you to who you are, like both musically and not musically, just like as a person.
It made a huge impact on my life, one that I'm still using to this day.
It really changed my life, and it put more beauty in my imagination.
I've been a teacher here at the Aber Suzuki Center since 1984.
I am a piano faculty, have been for 33 years.
I did my training with Marjorie Aber, who is the founder of the Aber Suzuki Center. So I'm very invested in keeping her legacy here going.
The philosophy is about nurturing the child into a noble human being, as Suzuki put it. Dr. Suzuki was living in post-World War II Japan with a lot of destruction.
So he believed that if children had something beautiful in their lives, they could develop that sensitivity.
What was it that Mr. Suzuki said about every
child has talent?
So we're not trying to pick out the kids who we think are talented. I mean, we really believe that it's possible for any child to make progress, to play to an excellent level.
We are always giving our children the best example of what it means to be a good human being.
When you're trying to figure out how to be a parent, it's great to have more resources to understand how to teach your kid to be a good person.
Music is such an incredible part of our lives because it's allowed me to pass my Suzuki training on to my son.
There's so much stuff you have to think about as you are playing, which I think grows your brain.
When you understand how to take a breath, or that getting it wrong doesn't mean you'll always get it wrong.
It gave me a sense of purpose from a young age, and it gave me self-confidence.
Even when challenges are hard, it's part of how we learn to grow as musicians.
The foundation supports the center, and they support us exclusively. We do not receive any state funding or any university funding.
When the lab school closed, the parents of those students banded together and formed a nonprofit called the American Suzuki Foundation.
The foundation began 50 years ago to enhance their program, to enhance the studio of the teachers, to allow the teachers to buy more equipment or to attend classes. And also for the Suzuki Institute, there are a lot of people who come here to learn from the best how to teach Suzuki lessons.
They are funded solely by tuition, donations, and grants from individuals and organizations.
To pay teachers, roughly $40,000 a year with master's degrees and years of experience is not right. We're not going to be able to continue to attract the kind of teachers we're used to having here if that's all we can pay them.
I applied for the scholarship within the last few years. I'm extremely, extremely grateful for the buffer that this scholarship gives me so that I can become the best teacher I can be.
Being a music teacher, we don't have an expense account, and so to be able to get a chunk of money that was a help in paying for the training made a really big difference.
I know many families are stressed financially and can really use financial support in order to help keep their children in the Suzuki program.
We would love to see this program flourish and continue to flourish. As inflation and economics dictate, it becomes more and more expensive.
Music and the arts should be accessible to all, not just to people who can afford it.
The community needs students growing into adults in the community who have, as we said, this noble character.
And that's what's so special about this place, about the Aber Suzuki Center, is that it is a place that fosters community through music.
Children in our community should have access to the excellent instruction they receive there, and these scholarships are invaluable to that.
So by contributing to a program where some of the funds go to support those who can't independently afford such a great experience, I think it just benefits everybody.
You've been there for every step of my life, and I am so grateful to have been your student.
Thank you for teaching me. For encouraging me to continue piano lessons and helping me get through the really hard pieces.
For not giving up on me, to push me when I needed to be pushed and console me when I needed to be consoled.
She's showed me how strong I can be through how strong that she is.
I've never been more appreciative of the healing properties of music.
I love my teacher. I love my teacher, yeah. And I think I'll remember him for the rest of my life.
I can't wait to see how music and the Suzuki method will help shape her life, just like it did mine. I am forever grateful for being part of the Aber Suzuki Center. Thank you so much for all you do.
Be a powerful way to shape noble hearts. So deeply do they believe this that in 2021, 10 years after their youngest graduated, they approached the foundation about starting an endowment fund. They made an extraordinary gift of $500,000 to the American Suzuki Foundation. Their gift, as it grows and bears interest, will allow the foundation to make sure it has the money to support the Aber Suzuki Center so that it can thrive for many generations to come. Already, the center families are reaping the benefits. This fall, the interest that was gained from the endowment made it possible to offer a reduction in tuition to offset the center's increase in tuition. Tonight, we honor this family and we thank them, not only for their generosity, but for their faith in the foundation to be good stewards of their gift. Of all the organizations that they could have picked, the American Heart Association, Children's Defense Fund, whatever, they chose the American Suzuki Foundation. Their answer to the question, why should I care that a Suzuki education is available, is answered by the action they took to ensure that future generations will have the same kind of experience that their daughters enjoyed, an education that shapes not only musicianship, but character. As Dr. Suzuki so wisely said, where love is deep, much can be accomplished. This family experienced that love through their teachers and through their music as part of the Aber Suzuki Center. And now their love and their generosity inspires us to work all the harder to play it forward, to provide for the next 50 years of Suzuki students, and to continue what Marjorie Aber began in the lab school in 1967. On behalf of the American Suzuki Foundation and all the future Suzuki families who will benefit from their gift, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to this couple for their commitment to Suzuki education, and we humbly accept their trust in the Foundation Board to carry that mission forward for generations to come. I hope they're watching this on the live stream tonight. Would you please join me in thanking them for their generosity? Next, I'd like to introduce our program sponsor, Vicki Peterson-Jenks. Vicki is a percussionist and a percussion teacher. She had one of the largest, if not the largest, percussion studio in the state of Wisconsin. She is the conductor of the Wisconsin Youth Symphony Orchestra Percussion Ensemble, which has garnered many accolades and awards under her leadership. And we are incredibly fortunate to not only have her financial support, but also her gift of time as a member of the ASF, the Foundation Scholarship Committee, and the Gaelic Planning Committee, and her unrelenting enthusiasm. She's one of our biggest cheerleaders. Please join me in welcoming Vicki Peterson-Jenks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the greatest honors of my life. 53 years ago, in August of 1972, I transferred from Minot State College in Minot, North Dakota, where I grew up. I transferred to Stevens Point because I'd heard about this incredible percussion program. Little did I know that I would meet the most phenomenal music educator in my entire life, Marjorie Aber. I remember I landed at the Knoll Fine Arts Center. At that point, it was 1 year old. I sat on a bench by Dr. Green's office. He was the department chairperson. He said, "Miss Peterson, come in." And he said, "I want to congratulate you. We are accepting both years of your study at Minot State. We accept all of the credits that you have earned. Now here is the syllabus for you to choose your classes for this year." I found a quiet place, and alphabetically, I went through it and I saw class violin. I could take that. I mean, I brought my violin from North Dakota. I mean, granted, I don't ever practice, but it could work. And then a little further down, private violin lessons. I bet I can get an A in both classes. And so the very first class violin class occurred that next week. Miss Aber walked in with her incredible smile and her violin. And there I think it was 8 of us in the class. And she said, "Welcome, music educators of the future. I want to tell you something that you need to know, and that is that there will be days when you are going to be so frustrated, so upset, so confused, so angry." And she said, "And don't you dare take it out on a child, on a colleague, on a parent, nobody." And this is why, because each person is a unique individual with gifts and talents that you probably don't even have, and yet you have them as well. We respect all people, and that is the basis of Suzuki instruction. And in unison, the classmates and I said, "Yes, Miss Aber." Right? Now, within a couple of weeks, there was a concert at Quant Gym. Imagine that. You know that, right? And I'd been hearing more and more about Suzuki, and I just was curious about this. And approximately 25 children and their parents had traveled all the way from Japan to perform for us. And they did Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, of course. And they played Mozart, and they played Rachmaninoff, and they played Strauss. And I was on cloud 9, and I've never left cloud 9. I was really glad I brought tissues that evening, too. It was that powerful. A couple weeks later, there was another concert, yes, in Quant Gym. The New York Philharmonic performed. Which concert captured my heart? You know which one, right? And it has ever since. I want to share the words of Dr. Suzuki. He was born in 1898. He lived almost to be 100 years old. He passed away in 1998, just a few months before his 100th birthday. These are his words. "When children hear fine music and learn to play it, they develop sensitivity, discipline, and endurance. They develop and get a beautiful heart. Music exists for the purpose of growing an admirable heart. Music is the language of the heart, often without words. It is in our power to educate all the children of the world to become a little better as people, a little happier. Live by looking for things to do for other people. Perhaps it is music that will save the world." Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And just one more announcement before we begin our musical portion of the program. I mentioned earlier that we now have an endowment, and I'd like you to think of it as the foundation's 401k or retirement account. We know that those are important to have, especially when you get to my age, and you are welcome to contribute to that at any time. But that's separate from this gala, which tonight kicks off or launches our annual campaign. If the endowment is the foundation's retirement account, the annual campaign is more like a family's annual budget. Sometimes if you want to buy a new car or take a special vacation, you might have to take on some extra hours or some overtime or somehow earn some extra cash to make that purchase. Our annual campaign is like that. It's for the things that the foundation could provide to the Aber Suzuki Center that they can't afford in their budget. Our year-end campaign begins with this event and will extend to December 31st. Many of you have already made a donation when you purchased your tickets, and for that we are very grateful. We have an ambitious goal, however, which is $50,000 for our 50th anniversary. You'll be happy to know, or perhaps even motivated to contribute again, because for the first time in our fundraising history as a foundation, we are pleased to announce that we have a one-to-one matching fund of $15,000 provided by a group of anonymous donors. So for every dollar that you give, and going forward until December 31st, it will be matched dollar for dollar. So if you haven't already, you can pick up your camera, point it to the QR code on your table tent, or we also have some pledge cards on the tables. Remember that $50 becomes $100, and so on. Tonight, we're not just celebrating 50 years. We're ensuring that the next 50 years are even more vibrant, more inclusive, and successful. In the video, you heard our graduates speak of the life skills that they've developed through music and what they've experienced through the Suzuki philosophy and are passing on to their children. By your donations, you are making it possible to continue that transmission to the families of today and tomorrow. You are helping to bring a little more community, a little more empathy, a little more compassion, and a little more hope into our world, which really needs it. As Dr. Suzuki said, perhaps music will save the world. So thank you. Thank you for being with us here to celebrate, especially our alumni. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for your generosity past and going forward. Thank you for the music, and thank you for helping us play it forward. And now we will begin our musical part of the program. Thank you.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call us crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away.
Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile. On a rainy day, they can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see. To the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
Hey everyone, how you doing tonight? All right. Hey, it's great to be with you this evening. As the crew here is getting things set up for the final piece, I just wanted to say hello and introduce this instrument. This is the shakuhachi, which is a 5-hole bamboo flute from Japan. And I'm just very excited to be playing it for you all this evening. I got introduced to it from a friend who is very interested in theology, as this instrument, being basically the voice of Japan, originated in Zen Buddhist temples around Japan. It actually first came from China in around 600, 700, and from that period to roughly 1300, it was used by ear as a vehicle for enlightenment in the Zen Buddhist tradition. So history kind of, if you move forward from 1300 to roughly 1750, around the time Bach passed away, everything was done with this instrument totally 100% transmitted just through sound. Nothing was written down. Around that time, around 1750, there was a gentleman, a monk who, by the name of Kinko, who actually started to travel in Japan and write everything down that he was hearing. Monks throughout Japan would play this instrument, again, as a way of approaching enlightenment, and would play usually 12 songs their whole lives. This book that I brought up just to show you, this is kind of, this has 36 of the songs that are pretty much the standard repertoire for shakuhachi. It's kind of like book 1 through 7 in Suzuki, right? And so the instrument itself, my lineage, my teacher is in the Philadelphia area, and his teacher is in Wyoming, and his teacher was this gentleman named Taniguchi, who after getting to know this lineage that I'm a part of, and this lineage that I'm a part of here, the Suzuki, I couldn't help but find similarities between the two. The quote here at the beginning of this book I thought was rather apropos for this evening. So if you'll allow me, I'm just going to read this real fast, which is written by Taniguchi and might tie into something that is by way a Japanese sentiment on music education. A real expression of a living, warm-blooded human isn't found in the appearance of a calculated, mechanized, regulated, and frail nervous type of person we often see today. Genuine human expression, the expression of the happiness and sadness, anger and joy found in one's heart, are the true meanings expressed through music. The great challenge for contemporary shakuhachi players, or for musicians, contemporary musicians, is to recover the true vitality that has been lost in mankind and express naturally through that music the robust energy of a refined mind and soul, or a noble soul, as we said earlier. So with that being said, as this is an instrument of meditation, I just encourage you all to just take a few breaths with me as I center myself here, and allow yourself to just soak up the sound of bamboo.
Okay, now everybody can hear me. I feel bad for you. Now you can hear me. I'm just a filler here while they're supposed to be coming on stage. I hope they hurry because I don't have all that much to say. But I'm Anne Marie Novak, and I'm the director of Suzuki programs at UW-Stevens Point. And I've had that privilege for the last 8 years. I've been on faculty for, it'll be 34 years now. And so I've been thinking a lot as we've been preparing for this over the months, and the theme itself is so very appropriate. Because after all, music is a gift. It's a gift that parents give to their children. It's a gift that teachers give to their students. And it's a gift that we as a whole give to the community, to all of you. It would be impossible to thank everyone, but I really would like to pick on one group tonight, and they are in the shadows, most likely. It's a group who provide unwavering support, love, nurturing for their students. They share their expertise, their knowledge, and their heart with their students. And they give probably more time than you could possibly imagine to make all their students do their best and to put on something like this. So could we please give a nice round of applause for the faculty? So as I continue with the thanks here a little bit, we would like to thank the community for always welcoming us warmly. And we would like to thank the foundation for the years of support. They got us through COVID. We would not have made it without their help. And for the scholarships and the teacher development funds, it goes on and on. So we'd like to thank them. And we would like to thank all of you for being here and for being donors to the program, to the foundation. And now, to really finish it off with a big thank you, we've got thank you for the music. Mary?
She says I began to sing long before I could talk. And I've often wondered, how did it all